So you have a guitar and you're trying to improvise, but you're not really sure how to go about it. Kind of like scary almost. I remember that feeling very well, actually. And one of the best places to start is taking what you actually know. So for example, let's really start from the beginning. A lot of people play this chord, the C major chord. It's actually a beautiful chord. Now, if I want to improvise, maybe on the C major, using the C major, I can try to make a melody from this chord. Now, by knowing the notes in this chord, I can get a lot of freedom. What I just played was just C, G, and E. Now, knowing the notes, knowing that this is C, knowing that this is G, and that this is E, is a big deal, because once we see that in the context of a shape, we can start improvising and creating. Just like when we're speaking a language and we know that the word dog means a dog and the word cat means a cat. If we understand that, then we can create a sentence saying the dog ate the cat. Great sentence. If you're feeling this video, please hit, smash, click the like button. Thanks. When we look back on our C major chord, and I'm trying to start the beginning of an improvisation. Okay, so I have C, G, and E, but I have a couple more notes here, right? So I have C, this is E, this is G, this is again C. So these two notes are actually the same note. This is kind of cool. Now, by knowing that, maybe I can play the same melody an octave higher, C, G, E. Still a simple idea utilizing the shape at hand. Now, what happens if I add just one note? So I have just adding that F as a passing note. That's almost a melody. Again, using this information that we all know, the C major chord. But what's different in this time that we're approaching the guitar is that we're actually looking at the guitar and fingerboard with a lot of compassion and love. We look at each note and we see that this is C, and we recognize the sound of the C, and we notice that this is G. Then I'm using the C major scale because I know between. To get the most out of this lesson, there's a note-to-note transcription on Patreon. Check it out. Because I know between G and F I have a whole step. So I go down a whole step and I get this little melody. Now, let's go back to the original melody that we played, which was C, G, and E. What happens if I played it on one string? All of a sudden, there's a lot of energy there. The same happens here, because by recognizing the notes on the board and trying to find them little by little, you don't need to do everything at once, I start understanding the sound of music. Now, look at this chord one more time. C, E, G, C, and then an open E. What happens if I take this C and I change it to open string? Then playing the other open string. So I have C, B, C, E. Let's start from the first melody we had. So, and then these are simple actions that are really the basis for improvisation, understanding the sounds. Let's hear that first melody. Maybe adding that F again. Maybe an octave above. And I can create this little call and respond, sort of choir and soli. And then I'll do it again here, which basically was F, E, F, G, E. Again. This is the root of improvisation, when we can look at a chord, look at the notes around it, and start seeing what is happening. Now I want to take it one step further and look at the C major scale and see this chord in relationship to that. So I have a C, then I kind of have another note in the C major scale, which is an E, and then the next note is E, but it's in the C major chord. Then I have a passing note, this F, then I have a G, which I'm playing here as an open string. Then I have an A, I have a B, then I have the C again. So it's quite interesting. In the C major scale, we have 3 notes, 1, 3, and 5, the C, E, and G that are in the chord C. Now imagine you take one more chord, okay? For example, this chord, D minor. What is this chord? Okay, so let's see really closely. So first of all, I'm playing it from the 4th string. When I started playing guitar, I didn't understand why I'm playing it from the 4th string. I remember memorizing the positions of the hand or trying to understand and remember by heart the chord and the bass. But only by knowing that this is a chord D minor, I know that this is the open D string, so I need to play that string. It's pretty easy when you understand things. Now I'm saying it because a lot of us just kind of play shapes, and it's okay, but if we can break down the shapes and see how they relate to the scale, this is going to be the root of improvisation and creativity. So here we have the D minor. So we have this note D, then we have this note A, this note D, and this note F. Now what happens if I just do a little thing? All I'm doing here is G, F, open, E, and back to F. So now this is not a solo yet, but this is a color that is interesting for us to check out. Because by doing that, I start seeing the fretboard and the guitar in a truthful way. This is of course valid for simple open chords, cowboy chords if you will, and it's also valid for more complex harmony. When I'm playing these chords, I want to know the notes that are taking place in all these shapes, because once I understand these colors in a truthful way, I can create with much more ease. And this is valid for any scale or any chord. So what I want you to do today is take your G chord and look at it kind of like the fresh set of eyes. Say, what are the notes here actually? G, wow, B, D, G, D, and G. You know, and you can take your F major 7, 6 chord as well. What are the notes here? G, F sharp, B, E, and maybe another open E. Sorry, this is E. Right? I can look at any shape as simple or as complex as you wish, but to look at it with clarity, with as much ease and much simplicity, because once things are simple, they're also flexible. One of the best tricks that I can give you is understanding the simple elements of music in a deep, truthful way. If we understand the simple elements, which means a chord in a truthful, and honest way, we can actually do so much with it. And this is really, really beautiful and very strong. That means that if you have this shape, this F major, and you feel this sound, you can just change it to F minor, and it has this other sound that you can tag and kind of feel. Now, in the process of creating, in the process of being a better musician and better guitar player, being curious and understanding and being flexible is exactly what you want. Thank you, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.